And welcome to Australia. We made it on the boat to Australia. It's so nice here. They have nice cars and it's hot.
Yeah. Now we're homeless finally. We're finally...
Freedom. That's the freedom that I wanted. And now I have that freedom. Now we waited, I think,
5 months.
More than 4 months on that sailboat. And yeah, it seemed to be okay. Like, the thing is, if you search for sailboats online and you just talk to people on the phone,
you never know how the person is, you never know how the boat is.
You can never get your personal
Feeling.
Feeling of that person. And yeah, it's a big problem. And I always used to prefer to go to the harbors and see directly and speak to the people. In 5 minutes you get to know them.
Yeah.
While on the phone, for hours I talked with Ian and he seemed like an okay guy, and he seemed to have an okay boat. It was like an oh shit moment when we entered his boat. Like, the boat was a complete mess, a complete disaster of a boat.
You cannot even walk there.
Everything full of stuff, almost impossible to walk anywhere.
And the smell was, I was almost throwing.
Yeah, I still smell it. I think we smell now.
I know.
This. Yeah, it was like a big lesson that I will never, ever, ever again go on a boat or chase a boat or wait for a boat that I found online, because it's just stupid. It's just so you never know what you can expect.
Yeah.
And at first, he just opened the boat for us and we went inside and, we just talked and
played
I
some
thought,
guitar.
Okay, maybe he's such a good captain that we can sort out this mess and just make it happen somehow. We already thought like he seemed to be a little bit alone and lonely right now and a little bit helpless, and he might need some crew and some new energy, some new life to get things going. But
I think he's lost in life. Really lost.
Yeah.
I've seen that face, that expression in his eyes in other people that are lost too. And it was just overwhelming to see that. And I mean, he had so much time to clean his boat, at least not clean it, but it was piles you cannot even walk to the cabin, piles of trash.
Yeah.
I bet he has rotten food inside, because the smell is just like if you eat 1,000 pizzas and you always take one part and the pizza rottens, things like that, and boxes of food there, and it was, what the hell?
Yeah, it was like, this guy, he had now 5 or 4 months from being in the UK, crossing the Biscay, being stuck in France, crossing the Biscay again, going to Porto for a month, and the weather was quite bad, and if you're in a storm in the harbor, it's also difficult to do stuff, but you can make your boat a little bit more ship-shape than that, and it's just crazy to me. How can you? I mean, he said his boat is not very clean right now, and there's lots of things to take care of. And we said, we are simple people. We don't expect a perfect super yacht.
Yeah.
And I would have had no problem to help him move stuff a little bit, clean, and also the water was broken, the water system of the boat, where I brought the spare part now, which I sent to my place, which I paid for. Now he gave me the money back, but still, I waited for a long time, we waited for a long time, we put a lot of hopes in that boat, and we committed to that boat in a way, and didn't look for any other boats in that time, So it was kind of a little bit of a disappointment from our side too, because, we brought him a whole package of goodies, like presents of food and wine, and, it's like, if you're a crew, it's nice if you bring something. And yeah, we just come to that boat, and he had here now at least 3 days in Cascais.
And he didn't did anything, we just watched his videos.
Where he had perfect weather, calm seas, calm everything, and he could have started to clean things.
Yeah.
He was himself stinking extremely, like sweat and like unwashed clothes. And he told us that too, that he needs to wash clothes in the message. But then you go to the laundry place, wash your clothes. Or you have water in the harbor, and every dock there's a water line. Put some water in a pot, put some detergent, wash your clothes by hand, hang it in the sun, it's dry in one day. You know, it's not so easy, not so difficult.
He's just said, I'd rather be dead on the Atlantic Sea than on being here one more year.
Yeah,
And
but many sailors say this stuff. But
what kind of captain would he be?
I think he's just a hoarder. Like a hoarder, you know?
Yeah,
Person
that's a
who
disease,
hoards
no?
stuff. Yeah, it's a mental disease.
My God.
And it's just a hoarder that is living on a boat.
No, I think he's not a hoarder. I think he's a really, really, really bad mental shape. I think maybe he's in a depression or something because. And
I even feel sorry for him, even though it was more unfair towards us. I think he was also, you know, when we were in there, and like from the first 5 minutes, I knew, okay, this boat, all the alarm bells were ringing. You know, like, oh my God, I couldn't even spend one night in the harbor in this boat. But you know, I tried to give everyone a chance, so I played some guitar, we sang a little bit, and then we could really see light up his face. You know, he was so happy to have finally some people on the boat and some crew and some fun, and it was good. But you know, I knew this is not good at all. I also knew that the decision has to be made mainly by me because Érica has until now no sailing experience, and she doesn't know if every boat looks like that or not. So then I said, okay.
When I entered in that boat, I thought every boat looks like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what sailors do.
Sure. I mean, you've never been in a boat. And so then I said, Érica, let's go for a walk. Let's just get some fresh air.
Yeah, and I was so happy because I would throw up of the smell away from the boat, you know, because I didn't want to throw up in the boat. So I was like swallowing my vomit.
Yeah, it smelled like a small dog house with mold. You know, then we went on this walk, and immediately I said to Érica, you know, there's no way that we're gonna sail on that boat. And Érica gave up so much for this. She quit her job, she changed her life completely. And you know, we planned on this boat to sail to the Caribbean, to sail to Panama,
and
to
French
sail
Polynesia.
French Polynesia, which is the absolute dream destination of both of us. Maybe even all the way to Australia. And it was just a beautiful fantasy that we had. And I mean, when I learned one thing on this journey that I had in my life until now is never have expectations, but in a way you still have a little bit of expectations, you know. And then it was just this thing that we were anticipating for months, you know.
There
we were
was
always
too many things in one day. First we have to say goodbye to grandma, and then this was like bam bam. It's like if I was in a minefield, being shot at from every side.
But you know what? One bright thing about this all is that we had such a good time with Érica's grandmother in the whole quarantine, and maybe that was way more important than just getting another sailboat and getting out of Lisbon within 1 month. Maybe it was important that we played a song for him and left again.
Yeah.
Now we have to really think what to do. We're both so hungry to travel, so hungry to do something. But right now with the pandemic, it's difficult to do anything with hitchhiking. And
it's too late to cross the Atlantic.
You know, this boat, to get it really shipshape, you need at least 1 month, 2 months. And I think it's just his way of life. And I think even if we would clean it up, 1 month later it would look the same again.
Yeah.
Like everything was extremely dirty. His laptop was extremely dirty. Like the kitchen was disgusting and like a mess. And I'm sorry to say this, but it's true. And I think, you know, he was always talking to us about some YouTube videos and some stuff on the internet. And I think honestly that the whole time that he was waiting, the months that he was waiting in the harbors before he got here, he always was just watching YouTube videos. And he was also online on Facebook all the time when I was online. I don't know, you know, it's like he seems like he procrastinated everywhere he went to and didn't give a fuck about the boat. And then now we, the crew, come to the boat and he expects us to solve everything. Like,
I think he's tired of life somehow. I don't know what happened to that man. He's just tired of fighting. Do you have chocolate?
Thought about taking it, then I didn't.
I think from my experience of life, when something of this happens is because something much better will happen for us. So let's see tomorrow what we have to say to you, my camera friend.
Over and out.
No.